US Lex, S Lex, S Lex, S Lex. Unione Sportiva Lecce, commonly referred to as Lecce Italian pronunciation, Lecce, is an Italian football club based in Lecce, Apulia. The club will play in Serie A in the 2022-23 season, the top level of the Italian football pyramid. Having been promoted from Serie B, Lecce plays its home games at Stadio Via del Mare, which has a capacity of 31,533 spectators. The club was formed in the 1927 upon an idea of 1908 and has spent a large part of their recent history bouncing between Italy's second division and Serie A, where the team debuted in the 1985-86 season. Its best Serie A finish is the ninth place obtained in the 1988-89 season. The club is 27th in the Serie A all-time table and is the second club from Apulia as regards appearances in the first two tiers of Italian football, with 15 Serie A seasons and 25 Serie B seasons. Lecce won a Serie B title in 2022 and 2010, a Coppa Italia Serie C in 1975, and an Anglo-Italian Cup semi-professionals in 1976. Lecce players and fans are nicknamed Salentini, or simply Gelorossi or Lupi. History. Lecce was founded as Sporting Club Lecce on 15 March 1908, initially including football, track and field and cycling sports. The first club president was Francisco Marenghi. The first colors worn by Lecce during this time were black and white stripes, known in Italy as bianconeri. In its formative years, Lecce played in mostly regional leagues and competitions. During the 1923-24 season, the club dissolved before returning on 16 September 1927 as Unione Sportiva Lecce. The club was still wearing black and white stripes similar to Juventus kit at this point, and the first president under the name Unione Sportiva Lecce was Luigi Lopez y Rojo. League, early years 1930s, 40s and 50s. Taranto Sport played Lecce in a game for promotion to Serie B from the local Southern Italian League. Lecce were victorious, winning 3-2 after extra time. They were entered into Serie B for the 1929-30 season. The first game match played in the league was against Novara on 6 October 1929, a 2-1 victory. Lecce would eventually finish 13th. However, for the second time in the club's history, it ceased activity at the end of the 1931-32 season. 4 years later, Lecce returned and competed Serie C, finishing 11th in their return season. Around this time, the club was in turmoil. The following season they withdrew from Serie C after 4 days, and then during the 1938-39 season they finished in third place, but were moved down to 12th after it was revealed the club had violated the league's federal regulations. The club finished in first place during the 1943-44 season, but club football was then suspended due to World War II. Nonetheless, when club football resumed, Lecce finished as champions of Serie C, gaining promotion back into Serie B. 2 decent seasons followed, finishing 4th and 3rd in respective seasons, with star player Silvestri scoring 20 goals in one season before the club was relegated. Lecce stayed down in Serie C for 6 seasons during this period, though this was not a particularly successful time for the club. Striker Anselmo Bislenghi scored 83 goals for the club during this period, thus becoming a hero. The club slipped even lower to Serie Roman 4, where they spent 3 years. 17 seasons of Serie C, 1960s, 70s and 80s, 80s and 80s and 80s. From 1959 to 1975, Lecce played 17 seasons in Serie C. They came extremely close to promotion several times during that period, finishing in second place 3 seasons in a row: 1971-72, 1972-73, 1973-74, before gaining promotion in the same year as their promotion. Lecce tasted cup success, winning the Coppa Italia Serie C in 1976. Lecce took part in the Anglo-Italian Cup, notching up a 4-0 victory against Scarborough. In 1980, a scandal occurred which rocked Italian football, including Lecce under President Franco Girolamo. However, Girolamo was able to demonstrate his innocence, and the scandal only led to disqualification of player Claudius Merlo. Later, the club was struck by a tragedy in 1983. Players Michel Lo Russo and Ciro Pezzella died in an automotive accident. To this day, Lo Russo remains the club record holder for most number of appearances, with 415. Promotion to Serie A mid-1980s and 90s. Under the management of Eugenio Facchetti, Lecce would achieve promotion to Serie A for the first time in 1985. They finished bottom and were relegated after only one season, but defeated Roma 3-2 away in the penultimate game to deal a fatal blow to Roma's title hopes. Losing a promotion play-off 2-1 to Cesena the following season, they would return to Serie A in 1988. Under Carlo Mazzone, Lecce finished a respectable ninth place in 1989. Stars of the side included striker Pedro Pascali and midfielders Antonio Conte and Paolo Benedetti. They lasted 3 seasons before relegation and returned 2 years later. The 1993-94 season saw Lecce finish in last place with a pitiful 11 points, the lowest ever of any Serie A team, and a second relegation came the following year. Giampiero Ventura saw Lecce achieve 2 successive promotions from Serie C to Serie A before leaving for Cagliari. Once more it proved a struggle in Serie A despite the best efforts of striker Francesco Palmieri and a famous away win against Milan on 19 October 1997. In the summer of 1998, Pantaleo Corvino was appointed new sports director, gaining a reputation for scouting new talents in the years to come. The team was good enough to return to Serie A in 1999 and begin another 3-year stint in the top flight, with yet another return to Serie A in 2003. 3 years in Serie A 2003-2006. In 2004, under Dilio Rossi, who had been managing the club since 2002, Lecce achieved an impressive result, reaching a high point of 10th despite a poor first half of the season. Famous performances include 2 sensational victories in a row, first against Italian giants Juventus 3-4 in Turin, the first ever win at the Stadio dell'Alpi for Lecce, and then against Internazionale 2-1 at the Stadio Via del Mare. In 2004-05, coach Zdeněk Zeman oversaw a highly attack-minded team that scored plenty of goals. Lecce ended the year again finishing 10th, putting in the spotlight talents like Valery Bajanov and Mirko Vucinic. The team had the second best attack with 66 goals. Juventus came first with 67 and the worst defense with 73 goals conceded. This is a record, as for the first time, a team with the worst defense managed to survive in the history of Serie A. The 2005-06 season was a continual struggle for Lecce. The club changed its manager 2 times, Silvio Baldini for Angelo Adamo Gregixai, and in January 2006 youth team coach Roberto Rizzo, supported by goalkeeper coach Franco Paolori, for Baldini. The numerous managerial moves could not turn Lecce's fortune, as they were relegated with a few games to spare and ended the season in 19th place. In June 2006, Giovanni Semeraro returned at the helm of the club after 9 months. The club reappointed Zdeněk Zeman as manager just 1 year after he left the club. Lecce was unable to avoid relegation from Serie A despite some initial hope due to the Serie A match-fixing scandal. 2-year stint in Serie B and promotion. The club had a mixed start to the 2006-07 season in Serie B, winning 3 home matches including a win against early league leaders Genoa, though they suffered poor away form. After a large drop in form, recording 10 losses in 18 matches, Zeman was sacked as manager and replaced by Giuseppe Papadopulo. On 10 March 2007, Lecce clinched a historical victory over Frosinone, beaten 5-0 at Stadio Via del Mare. Having gained 36 points in the second half of the season, Lecce ended the season in the middle of the table in ninth place. In 2007, Lecce gained more points than any other team in Serie B. The 2007-8 season saw Lecce fight for a place in Serie A for the next season. Despite earning 83 points, 12 more than sixth-placed Pisa, and boasting the best defense in the tournament, the Giallorossi were forced to face playoffs for promotion in the top flight. In the semi-final, they beat Pisa in both legs 1-0 away and 2-1 at home to secure a place in the final against Albino Lef. Then they won the first leg 1-0 away, before securing a 1-1 draw in the second leg at the Stadio Via del Mare to gain promotion. Between Serie A and Serie B, after persistent rumors, Papadopulo quit due to a difference of opinion with the general manager of the club and was replaced by Mario Beretta, who had a quite satisfactory start in the 2008-9 Serie A season. He remained in charge for 27 games, but, due to 4 defeats in the last 5 matches, with the team 1 point below the survival zone, he was sacked and Luigi Di Canio was appointed new manager. 7 points earned in 10 matches were not enough to secure Lecce a spot in the next Serie A season. Relegation was official with 1 match to spare, after a 1-1 home draw against Fiorentina. Lecce had a mixed start in the 2009-10 Serie B campaign, but clinched first place in November 2009 and kept it for the rest of the season. In May, the team was on the verge of promotion, but wasted opportunities in their last 2 matches meant they had to wait until the last match to celebrate their 8th elevation to the top flight in the last 25 years. A goalless home draw with Sassuolo proved enough to clinch the Serie B title with 75 points and win the Coppa Ali della Vittoria. Lecce ended a satisfactory 2010-11 Serie A season, successfully avoiding relegation, with 1 match to spare after beating arch-rival and already relegated Bari 2-0 away on 15 May 2011. In the last few matches, the team managed to win a tough battle against other underdogs and some glorious teams such as Sampdoria, that ended the season in despair. Manager Luigi Di Canio left the team in June. In the 2011-12 Serie A season, Lecce was relegated to Serie B. The start of the season was bad and new manager Eusebio Di Francesco was sacked in December after 9 losses in 13 matches. Serge Cosmi was appointed new manager. Lecce refused to crumble as Cosmi's arrival instilled battling qualities into the relegation strugglers, who managed to gain a considerable number of points in the following months, but eventually failed to avoid relegation due to 4 losses in the last 5 matches. Lecce managed to struggle until the final game. Third division years. On 10 August 2012, Lecce was provisionally relegated by the disciplinary commission set up for the Scumasopoli scandal investigations 2012-13 Lega Pro Prima Division because of their involvement. Furthermore, the former president of Lecce, Semeraro, was suspended from all football activities for 5 years. On 22 August 2012, Lecce's relegation was confirmed by the Federal Court of Justice. In the first season back into the 3rd tier, Lecce ended in 2nd place behind outsiders Trapani, and was surprisingly defeated in the promotion playoffs finals by another outsider club, Carpi. The following season ended in similar fashion, with Lecce failing to win the league once again and then losing the playoffs finals, this time to Frosinone, despite a number of high-level signings such as former Palermo star and well-known Lecce supporter Fabrizio Micali. In 2014-15, Lecce ended the season in 6th place and did not enter the playoff. Following the departure of the Tesoro family, the club was taken over by a consortium of entrepreneurs led by Saverio Staccaidemiani. The club ended the 2015-16 season in 3rd place, 2 points behind the 2nd-placed team, and qualified for the playoffs round. After defeating Bassano 3-0 at home in the semi-finals, Lecce lost to Foggia in both the home and the away match. In the following season, Lecce finished in 2nd place. The elimination came in the playoff quarterfinals against Alessandria on penalties after 2 draws in 2 matches. Back to the top. On 17 September 2017, Fabio Liverani was named new coach of Lecce, with whom he achieved 2 direct promotions from Serie C to Serie A, thus bringing the Salento club back to the Italian top-tier league after 7 years. Lecce then fought against Genoa for survival and made it to the last day of the 2019-20 season before being relegated with a home loss to Parma. The Salentini missed out promotion to Serie A in the 2020-21 season, losing to Venezia in the semifinals after a fourth-place finish, but then won the 2021-22 Serie B championship, thus celebrating their 10th elevation to the top flight and being awarded the Coppa Nexus. Colors, badge, nicknames, and symbols. The team plays in red and yellow stripes. Lecce players and fans are referred to as Salentini or Giallorossi. The official anthem of Lecce is Giallorossi per sempre, composed by Giuseppe Reali. The symbol of Lecce is a female wolf under a holm oak tree, which is typical to Apulia and is also the symbol of the city of Lecce. Stadium. Lecce's home games are played in the 31,533-seater Stadio Via del Mare. Club rivalries. The main rivalry is with the other most successful football team from Apulia, SSC Bari. The match against them is called Derby di Puglia. The first Derby di Puglia was played on 8 December 1929 in Serie B in Lecce, with the home team winning 1-0. After that occasion, the Derby di Puglia was played many times in Serie C and Coppa Italia, and especially in Serie A. The first derby played in Serie was played on 27 October 1985 in Bari and was won by the home team. The last one was also played in Bari on 15 May 2011 and saw Lecce prevailing by 2-0 and securing their stay in Serie. However, that match was later object of an investigation for match fixing. Among the most important wins in the derby for Lecce, there is a Serie B match ended 4-0 in Bari on 22 December 2007. On the other end, Lecce has a famous and long-standing friendship with the fans of Palermo. Players. Current squad. As of 4 March 2022. Note: flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Out on loan. Note: flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Notable players: Antonio Conte, Scudetto winning manager of Juventus and English Premier League winning manager of Chelsea, as well as former Juventus and Italy national team player, product of Lecce's youth system and Lecce native, best known for his 13-year career playing for the Bianconeri side. Grazino Pelle, Italy international, product of Lecce's youth system, and San Cesario di Lecce native. He is from Monteroni di Lecce. He made his Serie A debut with Lecce in 2004. Javier Cheventin, Uruguay international, all-time top scorer for Lecce. Juan Cuadrado, Colombia international. Guillermo Giacomazzi, Uruguay international. Fabrizio Micali, former Italy international and childhood supporter of the club. He was born in Nardo and is from San Donato di Lecce, a town close to Lecce. Lecce. Luis Muriel, Colombia international. Massimo Otto, part of the squad, which won the 2006 FIFA World Cup, spent a season on loan at Lecce towards the end of his career. Dimitris Papadopoulos, Greece international and member of the UEFA Euro 2004 winning squad. Pedro Pablo Pascali, Argentina international, 1986 FIFA World Cup winner. Nenad Timovic, Serbia international. Mirko Vucinic, Montenegro international, began his career in Serie A with Lecce. Georg Popescu, Romania international. Sebastian Simirotic, Slovenia international. Managerial history. Lecce have had many managers and trainers throughout the history of a club. In some seasons, more than one manager was in charge. Here is a chronological list of them from 1927 onwards. Manager records. Honors: Serie B champions to 2009-10, 2021-22. Promoted 10, 1984-85, 1987-88, 1992-93, 1996-97, 1998-99, 2002-3, 2007-8, 2018-19, 2021-22 Serie C. Champions for 1945-46, 1975-76, 1995-96, 2017-18. Coppa Italia Serie C. Champions won 1975-76. Anglo-Italian Semi-Professional Cup. Champions won 1976-77. Youth Team. Campionato Nazionale Primavera. Champions 2 2002-3, 2003-4. Coppa Italia Primavera. Champions 2 2001-2, 2004-5. Supercoppa Primavera. Champions 2 2004, 2005. National Championships. Player records. Most Serie goals. Players capped for Italy national football team Marco Cassati 3 call-ups, 2 caps 2005. Vincenzo Cisignano 1 call-up 2005. Andrea Esposito 1 call-up 2009. Players capped for Italy national under-21 football team. Players capped for Italy national under-23 football team Simone Altobelli 3 caps. Players capped for Italy military football team Pietro De Santis 3 caps. Other national football teams. List of foreign football play. Play. World Cup players. The following players have been selected by their country in the World Cup finals while playing for Lecce. UEFA European Championship players. The following players have been selected by their country in the European Championship finals while playing for Lecce. Copa America players. The following players have been selected by their country in the Copa America finals while playing for Lecce. Stadium information. Name: Stadio Via del Mare. City: Lecce. Capacity: 31,533. Inauguration: 1966. Pitch size: 105 x 70 meters, t meters. In fiction, Lecce is mentioned in many famous Italian movies and TV series. Among these there are the movies Il Bardello Sport, Benvenuti al Nord and Exesione il Veramente Capitolo Secondo. Me and the TV series I Cicerone. US Lecce is also mentioned in many songs. In the game Captain Tsubasa 5, Hasha no Shogo Campaign, the main character Tsubasa Ozora plays for this team.